We use a encoder that's called VP9 that is developed. It's an open source encoder, actually, but it is developed by Google, and we published it. It basically looks at every frame. So when we talk about images that are displayed, a frame is basically a picture. And usually when we say 60 frames per second, it means we're changing that picture 60 times every second. So you get that smoothness of transition. So we look at every frame and we go and find the information in that frame and how to best compress it. We use stuff like DCT coefficient and macro blocks, where you go over every small pieces of that frame one by one. You identify where's the information, how you can combine the information in a way that allow you to compress it. And usually these compression allow you to compress sometimes anywhere between a factor of 10 to 1, or in some cases 100 to 1, depending on what's the image that you are looking at. And the key here is how you can do that in real time. So Google developed this technology to be very, very efficient at both compression, and then you have to decompress to display it to the user. But also, us at Stadia, we've built specialized hardware that allow us to do this in real time. So we can take less than a millisecond to encode every frame and be able to send it over that public internet and be able to decode it quickly. So you're always displaying. When we say 60 frames per second, it means every frame is being shown. There's a new frame that's being shown every 16 milliseconds, 16.6 milliseconds. So that's a very, very, very short amount of time. In order to do that, you need to be very, very efficient. So it's basically, you have the GPU. So we've worked with AMD to build custom GPUs for Stadia. Our hardware, our specialized hardware goes after the GPU. And that basically is, think of it as it's a specialized ASIC.